What if I told you there's a river in the Amazon that literally cooks anything alive that falls into it? I'm talking about water so hot it reaches 200 F. That's near boiling point, flowing for 4 miles through the jungle, 400 meters from the nearest volcano. Scientists thought this was just a myth until one brave geologist risked his life to prove it exists. But that's just the beginning. Did you know there's an entire continent twice the size of India hiding beneath the Pacific Ocean? I'm about to blow your mind with 50 geography facts so unbelievable, so absolutely insane that you'll question everything you thought you knew about our planet. Some of these discoveries are so recent that most people have never heard of them. If you're ready to have your reality completely shattered, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon, because what you're about to discover will leave you speechless. Trust me, your friends won't believe half of these facts. Let's dive right in. Fact 1. The River of Death. Deep in Peru's Amazon rainforest flows the Sinai Tempishka, a river so hot it kills everything that enters it. This thermal river reaches temperatures between 120 F and 200 F. It stretches for 3.9 miles with depths of nearly 15 feet. Any animal that falls in is instantly cooked alive. The mystery is there is no volcano for 400 meters. Yet geothermal springs deep underground create this deadly natural phenomenon. Fact 2. Earth's lost continent. Zealandia is a continent twice the size of India, hiding beneath the Pacific Ocean. 94% of this massive landmass is completely submerged. Only New Zealand and New Caledonia peak above the waves. Scientists officially recognized Zealandia as a continent in 2017, despite it being right there all along. This underwater continent broke away from Australia around 85 million years ago and slowly sank beneath the waves. Fact 3. The Four-State Standing Point. At the Four Corners Monument in the United States, you can place each hand and foot in a different state. Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah meet at this exact point. It's the only place on Earth where you can be in 4 states simultaneously. The monument was surveyed in 1868 using 19th century equipment. Yet modern GPS shows it is incredibly accurate. It's also the only place in America where you could technically break the law in 4 states at once. Fact 4. The lightning capital of the world. Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela experiences the most intense lightning on Earth, with over 260 storm days per year. The Catatumbo lightning produces up to 28 flashes per minute. This never-ending natural fireworks show occurs when trade winds collide with the Andes Mountains, creating perfect conditions for constant electrical storms. The lightning is so reliable sailors used it for navigation for centuries. It can be seen from hundreds of kilometers away. Fact 5. The Impossible Island. In the Philippines, there is an island within a lake. On an island within a lake. On another island. Vulcan Point sits within Crater Lake, which is on Taal Volcano Island, which sits in Taal Lake on Luzon Island, a geographical Russian nesting doll. Fact 6. The entire town under one roof. Whittier, Alaska is a town where almost everyone lives in one building. A single 14-story structure houses nearly all 200 residents. Inside are homes, a school, a grocery store, and a church. Some residents go weeks without stepping outside, especially during brutal Alaskan winters. The building was originally built as a military barracks in World War II. It later became a permanent vertical town. Fact 7. Russia versus an entire planet. Russia covers 17 million square kilometers, which is larger than Pluto's surface area. Pluto is only 16.6 million square kilometers. You could place Pluto on top of Russia, and it still wouldn't fully cover it. Russia spans 11 time zones. It is the largest country on Earth, by far. Think our planet is just a big, boring rock? Think again. We're about to take a tour of the strangest, most mind-blowing places on Earth. Get ready, because these 50 geography facts will make you question everything you thought you knew. Let's start big. The Great Barrier Reef isn't just a bunch of coral. It's the largest living structure on Earth, visible from space. But it's in big trouble from climate change. Meanwhile, in China, time gets weird. The entire country runs on a single time zone, so if you're in the West, the sun might not rise until 10 a.m. Talk about a late start. And speaking of unique, Nepal's flag is the only one in the world that isn't a rectangle. It's two triangles stacked on top of each other, representing the Himalayas. Now for a population puzzle. Did you know that almost 90% of all people live in the Northern Hemisphere? That's because it has more land and better climates. The Southern Hemisphere is much emptier. Imagine a mirror as big as a country. That's Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni during the rainy season. It reflects the sky so perfectly that it looks like you're walking on clouds. What's the world's biggest forest? If you said the Amazon, you're wrong. It's the taiga, a massive boreal forest stretching across Russia, Canada, and Scandinavia. It's a huge carbon sink, crucial for our planet's health. But as some things thrive, others face extinction. The Maldives could be the first country to vanish completely due to rising sea levels. It's a race against time. Ever seen a waterfall underwater? Off the coast of Mauritius, sand and silt flow over an ocean cliff, creating a stunning illusion of a cascade beneath the waves. Now, let's get cold. Oymyakon, Russia, is the coldest inhabited place on Earth, with temperatures dropping to minus 60 degrees Celsius. People there leave their cars running 24/7 just so they don't freeze solid. In California's Death Valley, giant rocks move on their own, leaving long tracks in the dry earth. For decades, it was a mystery, but scientists now believe thin sheets of ice and wind push them along. And in Antarctica, there's a glacier that bleeds. Blood Falls gets its name from iron-rich salt water that seeps out, turning bright red when it hits the air. Feeling hot? Let's visit Dominica's Boiling Lake. It's the second largest hot spring in the world. So hot in the center that no one can even measure the temperature. From hot water to towering cities, Hong Kong has more skyscrapers than anywhere else. With limited space, the only way to build was up, creating an incredible vertical metropolis. Borders are usually just lines on a map, but the one between Sweden and Norway is a massive, 2,000-kilometer-long clearing in the forest, visible from space. And on Lake Titicaca in Peru, the Iros people live on floating islands they build themselves out of reeds. They've been doing this for centuries, constantly repairing their floating homes. Want to see a beach that glows in the dark? On Vadhu Island in the Maldives, bioluminescent plankton light up the shoreline with a magical blue light whenever the water is disturbed. It's like a starry sky washed ashore. Now for something a bit more intense, the door to hell in Turkmenistan. It's a giant gas crater that was accidentally set on fire by engineers in 1971, and it's been burning ever since. In Indonesia, the Kelimutu volcano holds 3 crater lakes that change color without warning. They can shift from blue to green, red, or even black, thanks to a unique mix of minerals and volcanic gases. And for the ultimate adventure, head to Vietnam's Son Doong Cave. It's so gigantic it has its own jungle, river, and weather system inside. You could fit a 40-story skyscraper within its walls. Let's talk about illusions. In Canada, there's a place called Magnetic Hill where your car will appear to roll uphill all by itself. It's a clever optical illusion created by the surrounding landscape. In the Philippines, the Chocolate Hills are a series of over 1,700 cone-shaped hills that turn a rich brown in the dry season, looking like giant chocolate drops. Ever heard sand sing? In certain deserts around the world, sand dunes can produce a low, humming, musical sound as the grains slide down their slopes. It's an eerie and beautiful natural phenomenon. Back in the US, Kentucky's Mammoth Cave is the longest cave system in the world, with over 640 kilometers of explored passages. And they're still finding more. We think of waterfalls as going down, but not always. At Ireland's Cliffs of Moher, strong Atlantic storms can blow the water right back up the cliff face. A similar thing happens in the Faroe Islands, where powerful winds create spectacular inverted waterfalls. In Canada, there's a body of water called Spotted Lake. In the summer, the water evaporates, leaving behind large, colorful pools of minerals. It's a sacred site for First Nations people. And finally, did you know there are endless cave systems still being discovered? The world beneath our feet is just as mysterious as the surface. There you have it, 50 geography facts that prove our planet is stranger and more incredible than we ever imagined. From boiling rivers to hidden continents, Earth never stops surprising us. If you enjoyed this journey to the weirdest corners of our world, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching.